Hello, good morning. If you're like the rest of my 150,000 plus YouTube channel subscribers, you're thinking about moving abroad, either temporarily or permanently. And if you're thinking about moving abroad, you're probably also thinking about what things should you take with you? What things do you need that you should take with you to your new country that you might not be able to get there? For the last 3 years, I have spent more time in Costa Rica than in the United States. And so here are things that I make a border run back to the US to shop for. I'm not talking about things that you need to ship back, things you need to like declare with customs, things that need a whole bunch of rigmarole. I'm talking about things that actually fit back in my suitcases when it's time for me to go back to Costa Rica that make my life abroad a little brighter. Welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're interested in this conversation. And good morning, everyone. Hello, KH. Hello, Ingrid. Good morning, Roshni, who's Glamazzini. Good morning, Mimi. Good morning, Danica and Dee. Good morning, Ra. Good morning, Gills Gap Girl and Gay and Marsha. Hey, Miss Zany. Hey, April. Hey, Marianne. Hi, Jace Nomad. So I'm in the United States right now. I'm in Anaheim, California. I flew back into California. I flew into California Tuesday. I'm here for VidCon, which started Wednesday night, or actually Thursday. I went to my first sessions on Thursday. It's Saturday, and I've already been to Target and Nordstrom. Okay. And I made a little list before I got here of the things I needed. So basically, we're going to talk about that list, about the things that I have not been able to get in Costa Rica that it's worth it for me to come back and get in the United States. Um, I'm not saying that these things are impossible to find. Well, some of these things are impossible to find. Some of these, we'll see. I'll tell you the list. Some of the things are impossible to find. Some of the things are impossible to get the quality that you want. Some things are impossible to get the quality that you want at the price you want. You can find it, but it's going to cost you a whole lot more than just putting it on your list for the next time you go to the US. So that's what all we're going to talk about this morning. Um, the list, so I'll tell you the things that are on the list, right? I'm talking about specific hair products, specific size clothing and shoes, certain hair and beauty, makeup and beauty and skincare items, linens and towels, certain types of home decor. I also want to talk a little bit about the things that you probably think you need to get in bulk before you go that you may not need to do that with. Um, Certain kinds of medications and stuff you might find cheaper overseas and maybe even over the counter overseas. And then some surprise items. I put Charmin toilet paper on this list, okay? Don't judge me. All right, Charmin toilet paper is on my list because it's a thing that fits into just like the linens and towels things. Yes, there's toilet paper wherever you go. There's linens and towels wherever you go. But sometimes you want your stuff to feel a certain way. Okay, let me get myself together. I'm in a hotel room, so I don't have my usual items with me. And so let me get myself together. I feel like I need to brighten up my lipstick on this bright, sunny day. Let me get my items together. If you are a person who has spent recently or a long time ago quite a bit of time outside of your country, if you're from the US, the UK, Canada, and you want to drop in a couple items or a full list of things that you always get when you come back to your country, the US, UK, Canada, share with us. Let's make this a group assignment. Got my Nordstrom bag. I got my Target bag. My Target stuff is still in my Target bag. I got my bags here. I'm ready to share with you the actual things that I make sure that I get. Okay, let me get myself together. Being on Pacific time means it's 7 a.m. It's 7:07 a.m. here. And, there's a lot of makeup on. I have quite a bit of makeup on for it to be 7 a.m. I've had quite a bit of a morning already. But my voice is like, let's get this thing started. Okay, good morning, people. Is my mom here? Good morning, friends. My mom here yet? Good morning. My mom is here. Good morning, Connie Perry. Okay, so I think we'll just get started, right? So the first thing on my list is specific hair products. I want to show you. This is what I got this time. Camille Rose Natural Honey Hydrate. Honey Hydrate. Camille Rose Natural Honey Hydrate. This is the first thing that we're going to show. The first thing I'd like to talk about is specific hair products. So I've talked a whole lot on this channel about how I'm not tied to very specific hair products because I need to be able to find my stuff wherever I go. When I say that, I mean shampoo and conditioner. I'm not married to any shampoo or conditioner because I just want to be able to get whatever. I want to be able to walk in a drugstore and walk out with some shampoo and conditioner. Right now, I like herbal essences. No, it's not. Garnier Fructis, something with avocado and something. Okay, and I've been able to get it everywhere, everywhere I've been. So where have I been since 2015? I've been to 30, I think maybe 35 now countries since 2015. And in a lot of those places, I've stayed for more than 2 or 3 months, right? So in a lot of those places, I've been for 60 to 90 days since September 2015. I've traveled full time. And a lot of those countries I've been in for 30, 60, 90 days. Mexico and Costa Rica, I've spent the 2 years that I spent in Mexico, house sitting and doing whatever. I spent more time in Mexico than anywhere else. So like more than 6 months. So I spent 6 months at a time in Mexico. And Costa Rica for the last 3 years, it's been the same. More time in Costa Rica than out of Costa Rica. So that's what I'm talking about. And so Garnier Fructis shampoo and conditioner, I can find them anywhere. They're not ideal. So I add in a whole bunch of olive oil. If I have it, I add in a whole bunch of Jamaican black castor oil at every step of the way, like before I shampoo and condition, after I shampoo and condition, when I'm styling, right? I add that in. But but Garnier Fructis, whatever, does fine by me. But there are two different types of products that I want to buy for myself when I'm back in the US. And then when I run out, right? One is a styling product. So like something that will keep my hair soft when it's out on its own. Camille Rose Natural has two different products that I like. I like this, but it lasts me less time. Maybe I'm heavy-handed, right, with products. And I like the bluish greenish leave-in conditioner, which I can be a little lighter with and last me longer. I use either one of them when my hair is just out in the world, right? When I'm not twisting it, I'm not doing this or that, I'm not styling it. It's just my hair was wet. I threw some stuff on it. I let it dry and it's doing its own thing. Afro, right? Most people would just say the afro. And so I do make sure that I buy these products when I'm back in the US. I check a bag for these products. I only bought one, right? Because I'm going to be moving around. Before I get back to Costa Rica, I'm going to Fiji. I'm going to Northern California. I'm going to New York. I'm actually going back to Delaware even, I think, before I get back to Costa Rica. So this bottle might be gone and I may need to re-up this bottle before I get back to Costa Rica. I'm not a person who buys a whole bunch. When I run out, right? But hair products are a thing that I want to make a beeline to get when I first get here. Thanks everybody for saying good morning. If you're new here, it's the rule. Okay, you have to say good morning in the chat. If you're watching the replay, hello friends in the future. I hope the future is awesome. Please type hello in the comments. It's a rule. It's a requirement. Thank you everybody for doing that. Yeah, so hair products are the first thing on my list that I make it my business to get, right? But not all hair products. It's not the shampoos and the conditioners. It's the stuff to keep my hair feeling good when I don't do anything to it. It's been a thing that I haven't really been able to figure out on my own. I'm not going to make. So you could probably make this. I don't read. I don't read good. I turn 50 next week, okay? So I can't read the ingredients, but I'm guessing it's a bunch of oils and honey and some other thing. I can see something seed oil, castor seed oil, right? I'm not going to make, what I'm saying is I'm not going to make my hair product. I'm not, even though I could probably do it. My mom makes her own conditioners, right? I need to buy avocado so I can make my, right? I'm not doing it, okay? When I run out, I run out. But that's a thing that I make sure that I grab. Something from Camille Rose Naturals, basically. And then the other, so I said there were two types of products. The product for just make sure my hair feels good when it's out in the world. And then I buy a twist butter. I like Kemet Biologics Athleopica Hydrate and Twist Butter. I didn't have to buy that this time because I have it. Those are two things that I make sure I get. They're always on my list when I come back. If I need them, I need them. And when I don't have them, I don't have any. I'm not making my own twist butter. I'm not buying my own shea butter and doing this and doing that. I'm not doing that. But I just get it when I come back. All right. Okay. Yeah, right? 7 a.m. I'm committed to y'all. I'm committed to y'all. Part of it is that since I've been on Mountain Time, coming to Pacific Time means I only had to switch back an hour. So in Costa Rica, I've been live streaming at 8 a.m. anyway. So one more hour wouldn't kill me. But, I'm here for a conference. And so it made sense to keep this time because the conference starts around 10 a.m. anyway. So this means that I can be here, talk to y'all, and have breakfast and still make it to the first conference session. Good morning, Rashida. You're welcome to join me if you like. I know you probably aren't. I don't know. You might be up and dressed. You're welcome to join me if you like. If you knock on my door, I'll let you in. Rashida and I are in the same hotel. Yeah, because Rashida has some insight on things that I don't have insight on, like the medications and skincare stuff that I don't have a real insight on. Disney Girl Tinkerbell. So as you have heard, I'm in Anaheim, California. Which park do we buy a ticket for? Thank you. Which park? There's two parks. When I went to the Disney site to buy the ticket for Disneyland, there were two parks. I don't know which one I'm supposed to go to. Which one? Tell us. Um, I'm going to keep moving down my list, and thank y'all for making your list. I'm going to go back and read your list as well. Okay, my next thing on my list is size specific items for people if you're bigger than the average person in the place you're going. If you're bigger than the people where you're going. Costa Ricans are not the smallest people, right? They're not, this is not Mexico. Okay, Costa Ricans are not the smallest people, but I am bigger than the average Costa Rican. I wear a size 18 or 20 clothing. I wear a size 10, 10 and a half, 11 shoe and sock. Socks, I think, are harder to get than shoes for me around the world. It's been really hard to find socks. Socks are like a comfort item for me. New, fresh, white socks out of the pack are an abundance trigger for me. Fresh, white, clean socks out of a pack feel like abundance for me. The softness, the whiteness, the softness, the newness. I love to put on some white, clean, fresh, out of the pack socks and just be sitting, kicking my feet up. Right? It feels amazing. I love that feeling, and I like to have that feeling in my life. And it's just not possible to buy socks that fit me and feel good in Costa Rica, right? So you can find socks that fit a woman size 10, but they don't feel good. They feel awful. They're cheap. They're awful. There's Walmart in Costa Rica, but some of the brands either don't ship or don't ship the same quality of items. So I have not been able to buy socks in Costa Rica and kick my feet up and feel like abundance. So I buy myself white socks in Costa Rica. And then if it's time to buy some shoes, I'm a full-time traveler. I've been a full-time traveler since 2015. So I keep I keep the same shoes over and over and over, right? But when it's time to buy shoes, that's also a thing that I need to do back in the United States. I'll tell you, Rashida just said she's got some shoes that are being shipped to Kimani because Kimani's hosting a meetup for us on Sunday. And so Kimani's going to bring the shoes to the meetup, right? And Rashida lives in Mexico City. She lives in the citiest city in the world. But when it's time to get certain things, it's easier to get them here than there. Maybe if we get to talk to Rashida, if you're still in the chat, why couldn't you're in Mexico City, one of the biggest cities in the world, some of the biggest malls, right? Or there are lots of malls, I'll just say, there are malls. Was there a reason that you had to get your shoes here? Was it just a timing thing, or was there a reason that you had to get your shoes here in the U.S.? So if you're bigger than the people there, you're going to want to leave that. You're probably going to leave that country to shop. When I was in Southeast Asia, traveling around for a year, 2015 to 2016, I could buy panties but not bras, right? Back then I was a size 16 or 18. I was smaller than I am today, and I could not buy bras. Wasn't no such thing. There was no such thing as a bra that would fit me. Although I could buy panties. I couldn't find panties that felt good. Same situation, right? I couldn't find, even if you go to the store and you buy the Fruit of the Loom and Hanes, and you know how they, right? Now I'm not even talking about feeling like, they're not called designer panties, but not department store panties, even the drugstore panties, even the Target quality panties didn't feel good. The fabric, the material didn't feel the same. So if you're bigger than those people, you're going to need to get your stuff, plan to come back and get your stuff. I have no qualms in saying if you are moving to Costa Rica, you're going to need to plan yourself some shopping trips. You're going to need to come to Miami or Texas, right? Find a nonstop flight to Miami, Texas, California. I don't know that you can fly nonstop to California. Panama City, Panama, right? To shop. You're not doing your shopping in Costa Rica. You understand that. I hope you understand that. Okay? But yeah, so clothing for people who are bigger than the people there. Or I guess smaller. Have I ever heard anyone say that they were so small that they couldn't find clothes in that place? I don't think I've ever heard that complaint. Okay, so number one, specific hair products. Number two, size-specific clothing if you're bigger than the people there. Number three, makeup and beauty items. Being this color means that, like, concealers, and I don't use makeup, but I do use powder down here, right, to cover up the beard. I use powder, but not foundation. So I use a powder foundation. Which is not here. I use a powder foundation from Bare Minerals, right? If I want my color, I'm probably going to have to get it back in the U.S. Although this one I bought in Puerto Rico. No, not Puerto Rico. I think Puerto Rico. I know I was out of the U.S. this time when I bought Portugal. I was in Portugal. When I re-upped on my powder this time, I was in Portugal. But I don't know if I could find, there are department stores in Costa Rica, but I don't think if I went in the department store, I would find the color of Bare Minerals that I want. That's something I need to look at. The department stores here have certain makeup brands, but not the full arsenal. Not here in Costa Rica. They don't have the full arsenal of makeup brands that I'm used to. I know I've not been able to find my concealer. I use I think it's that Maybelline Fit Me concealer, the little one that comes in like the square tube, the rectangular square tube. And I know I haven't found that color concealer anywhere in Costa Rica. And by anywhere, I mean in the 8 or 10 different Walmarts. 8 or 10 different Walmarts that I've been to. I haven't been in any of the Price Marts yet in Costa Rica, which is something like Sam's Club. I think they keep telling me. I haven't been in there yet. And then, like, I use these same CoverGirl lipsticks, and I haven't been able to find this at all there. I have my little lipstick bag right here because this is where I keep it. Right, this is my Tarte lip gloss. I don't know. So some of these things I know I haven't seen like this, but some of the things I'm not sure if I could get them in Costa Rica or not. Those are things that I would just put on my list. I'm going back to the US, put it on my list, make sure I get it. Makeup and skincare. Anything else about makeup and skincare? Yeah. So, like in Mexico, some of this is specific to Costa Rica because in Mexico City, I'm pretty sure I could get the skincare stuff I want. I use Peter Thomas Roth and Olay, right? I alternate between the good stuff and the better stuff, right? Olay has been really good to me. So I alternate between the two because I'm not, I don't want to pay for Peter Thomas Roth every day. I alternate between the two. And I haven't found the Peter Thomas Roth in Costa Rica, but I'm sure they have it in Mexico City. Now, if I was in Lake Chapala, Mexico, would I want to go to Guadalajara to the malls to look for it? Maybe not. But I could probably get it if I need it. So skincare may vary. I couldn't find Peter Thomas Roth in Lisbon. I went to two different Sephoras in Lisbon looking for my actual stuff. And then somebody, who gave it to me? I went to the meetup and she was just like, oh, here, I bought this for you. I'll remember. As soon as we're done, I'll remember who it was. She handed me a full-size bottle. Oh, thank you. That's what I have right now. Thank you, girl. Came in clutch. So some things are specific to the place. Some of this list is specific to Costa Rica because Costa Rica is just harder to shop. Next, jewelry. I put this here to remind myself. I finally replaced my little gold bars. I had some gold bar earrings that I wore for probably 2 years. Broke them. Went to Nordstrom here and got some replacements, but they're really small. They're smaller than what I had. She said they didn't have the longer bars that I've been wearing. But I finally got some gold bar earrings to replace the ones that I had broken, and that wasn't something I could find in Costa Rica. So in Costa Rica, you can get, if you want real gold jewelry in San Jose, Costa Rica, your options are David Yurman. I think there's a David Yurman store, and that was all I could find, right? I couldn't walk into the department store. There's two different department stores, Alice and something else. I couldn't walk into those stores and be like, I want some small gold bar earrings. Everything was either like Claire's boutique quality jewelry, or that David Yurman was the only jewelry man in the mall. So I waited. I went and bought some earrings from Walmart, and then just waited until I could find, till I could get back here and get these. And the same thing happened when I broke my necklace, right? I got this last time I was here because it's just not that kind of place. When I went to Panama, I looked up stores and it looked like in Panama City it was an easier place to buy gold jewelry. But Costa Rica is just not, either it's not a place where you can buy gold jewelry or they're hiding it from me really, really good. This is a thing that I've looked for. The makeup, I've like kind of been, like, oh, it wouldn't be nice to find another lipstick. But the jewelry, I hunted for some jewelry and couldn't find any gold jewelry in my, that I wanted in my price range, right? So David Yurman it's gold, but I didn't want that, right? I want this. I want these exact earrings, just a little bigger. I'm gonna keep looking. Hopefully I can still find some bigger gold bar earrings or just move on to a different style. These are so small, you can't really see them in the camera, right? You can hardly see them in the camera. I need to keep looking for some earrings. Okay. Let's keep moving on. Makeup and skincare. Okay. Linens and towels. Linens and towels. Yes. They sell linens and towels all over the world. Okay. But they don't sell linens and towels that feel like the linens and towels in the United States. This is a thing that I think the United States does best. You might be convinced that the US is best in a lot of things, but I'm here to tell you they're the worst. Okay. The US is the worst in a lot of things, okay? But the thing that the US is best at is comfortable bedding, right? You're going to find good quality bedding in the United States. And you're going to find soft sheets and towels in the United States, and it's going to be really hard to find them other places, if not impossible. Either hard to find them because they're going to be 5 times the price you want to pay for them, or impossible because they just don't do that. Costa Rica, you're not getting comfortable bedding. There is a Zara Home, I think, and an H&M Home store in the mall in Costa Rica, and I went, and the bedding was like, no, it's not the same. They're not doing it. They're not. They're not bringing it down. I'm convinced that people in Costa Rica with the means to shop just leave the country when it's time to shop. Um, Anything else about bedding? I'm thinking because I am going back. So I've been house sitting and Airbnb in Costa Rica. And when I go back, it'll be time for me to start house hunting in Costa Rica for a place to rent. And I've been thinking about that. I should just bring a set of sheets with me. I know I'm bringing towels with me this time, right? When I stop in New York City and then bop down to Delaware, if I'm going to be in Delaware probably for like one day. When I get to Delaware, I'm going to buy myself some towels. And I've been thinking, do I buy sheets to bring with me? Because I'm going to, by the time I get back July 25th and I have an Airbnb for 1 month, and hopefully by the time that month is over, I will have my own place and I'll have to get like a bed. And I've been thinking about it. Do I want to buy them this time or do I wait? Because then I won't be back in the US until November. So that's August, September, October in Costa Rica on the worst sheets you can imagine. Seriously, on the worst sheets you can imagine. I know I'm going to bring myself some towels, but I probably will also bring some sheets back as well. At least one set to know that, I have an option to feel good. My do not disturb should be on. Don't call me. What's the point of having, so the point of having an iPhone is that when you're using the MacBook, the iPhone and the MacBook talk to each other, and you don't have to tell one something and the other something, right? So when you're on Do Not Disturb on the MacBook, the iPhone goes on Do Not Disturb. This is something the Samsung people are missing in their lives. The Samsung people who are so convinced that the Samsung phone is the best don't understand that the iPhone and MacBook play together so seamlessly. But this time they didn't, so won't. They're supposed to. Oh, I forgot to show you my new pajamas. I went looking for some birthday pajamas at Nordstrom. These are the pants. I went looking for some birthday pajamas that had like a tropical print. But I ended up with green paisley, but they're cute. And so these are my birthday pajamas. This is something that I couldn't get in Costa Rica. I couldn't find any pajamas that were cute. And these aren't even especially cute. I think it's part of it is just the time of year, maybe. It's just not pajama season. It's not cute pajama season, or what? Nordstrom did not have a lot of selection in my size, right? The Nordstrom we went to in Costa Mesa did not have a lot of selection in my size, but these feel good. Let me see. Can I read this tag? No, I don't know what it says. They feel better than anything I've felt down there. Um, back on it. Back at it. Okay? We were talking about linens and towels. So speaking of feeling good, linens and towels. I think I'm gonna take a whole set of sheets with me, even though I don't have a bed yet. And then I won't have to be in the bed like, these sheets are awful. When I stayed at the Airbnb in what neighborhood? Escazú. I rented a house in Escazú for a month. And oh my God, the sheets were awful. Awful. So I went to H&M Home to buy myself some sheets for the Airbnb, even though I was only going to be there for a month. And even though then I was going to have to either leave the sheets there or travel with a set of sheets in my luggage, which I didn't have space for, right? I was willing to leave those sheets in that house for them because the sheets they had were so terrible. I went to H&M Home and those sheets were terrible too. I'm like, oh, they just don't bother to send the good stuff down here, right? They're just not doing that. So I sucked it up. No, I didn't. I still went and bought a cheap set from Walmart that was still better feeling than what they had. I still bought a set of sheets. I went and bought a set from Walmart that was still better than what they had. And they didn't even have, that house didn't even have a dryer. It had a washer, and I had to hang the sheets out to dry. And still, they felt better than what they had. Anyway. Okay, linens and towels. And then what else? Oh, little Target home decor stuff I put on the list. Target home decor stuff, just cute little things. I haven't, there's not that in Costa Rica. There's not like, oh, look at this little vase. Oh, look at this, whatever. I've had a hard time finding wall art because that's the thing I'll do in your Airbnb. If your wall art is ugly and stupid, I'm buying new Walmart, even wall art, even if it's just something I got at Target that I'm gonna hang up and then put in the closet when I leave. I put your stuff back, but I'm gonna leave it because I can't carry it with me, right? I'm that person. Your wall art is dumb. I hate it. I'm replacing it with something I got at Target. But I haven't even found in Costa Rica stuff that I would want to replace it with. So home decor items, the cute stuff, right? The little cute home decor stuff, that's something I would do. Um, that's something I would bring with me. Okay, I'm really not looking at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat. Roshni says her mom just visited from the Virgin Islands. There. She got an eye exam, two new pairs of glasses, lots of clothes from stores she prefers, dry food items like tea and nuts she can't find at home. Okay, so she got two new pairs of glasses, probably because she wanted something cute, right? That's another thing that's been on my list. I just don't, as you can see, I need the glasses. I'm like, right? I need the glasses. I just haven't done it here. So that's something that's also on my list because I want some cute glasses, some cute frames. I don't want the six styles I can get at the at the eye doctor in Costa Rica. Lots of clothes from the store she prefers, yes. Dry food items like tea and nuts she can't find at home. I would think tea. Well, I guess tea is a big category. Okay, okay, good. All right, thank you very much for sharing that list, Roshni. Hope your mom had a wonderful visit. I started some comments. Tina C. Hines, grits. Tina, you're in Morocco still? Hi, Tina. I think you're still in Morocco. Tina's list, grits. Okay. You're not gonna find grits anywhere else in the world. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know how that's possible. Like nowhere. You can find cream of wheat. I've had cream of wheat in 5 or 6 different countries because I like cream of wheat, right? There's no nutritional value. You don't have to tell me that. But I love cream of wheat. You can find cream of wheat, but you're not finding grits in places. I've had cream of wheat in Mexico and I don't know, quite a few places. And they sell a little tiny box, which is really cute. If you sell it in miniature, I'm buying it anyway, right? They sell little tiny boxes of cream of wheat around the world, but you're not gonna find grits hardly anywhere. John Cass says underwear, right? Is this because of a quality issue or a size issue or both? For me, it's both, right? I want the feel, I want a certain feel, and I need a big size. Give me a big size, okay? I'm not young, I don't want underwear cutting my circulation off. Hi, Adelia, who is Picky Girl Travels the World. I met a woman in the airport the other day, and I thought she told me her name was Adelia, and I was floored. And then she said, no, I know Adelia. No, my name is Dahlia, D-A-H. I was like, oh, okay. I said, the other one, here's the other Adelia out in the world. But she knew she's a subscriber to your channel as well. Adelia says, I live in Mexico City. When I go stateside, I almost always get brown sugar, chocolate chips, fabric, paper sewing patterns, and parodontax toothpaste. So a specific toothpaste, yes, right? If you need, I think I've seen like Sensodyne in Costa Rica, but there are more choices in the US. Right? I've seen, so like, I don't mean like if you use general like Colgate and Crest, they're all there. But I haven't seen there, this like periodontics. I haven't seen the certain specific brands down there. Chocolate chips and brown sugar really surprised me. Is there a difference between brown sugar and the sugar, like the brown sugar that's in Mexico? Right? That brown sugar that's all over Latin America or all over the world, I guess. What's the difference? And the chocolate chips really surprised me too. Is this because you're buying like organic chocolate chips? We need more information. Sewing patterns and fabric, I get, right? I get that that's something you'd come back to the US to get. I'm trying to think about the brown sugar situation. Is that any different from all that brown sugar that's down there? Is that not brown sugar? I buy it because um, it looks healthier. That brown sugar in Latin America, it looks healthier to me. Mar is 60 solo mystic traveler. She says, being from the Caribbean, we are accustomed to going to the land of plenty and shop for more variety and better pricing. Okay, so it's no big deal to y'all to go down, to come to the US, get what you need, take it back home. Pearl Henry, so it's okay to carry this amount of liquids in your checked luggage? Yes. Does the airline have restrictions on the amount you can pack? No. You have a weight restriction on your bag. Put as much liquid in there as you want. Right? Understand they're going to throw your bag around, crush your bag, right? But put as much liquid in it as you want. There's no restriction on the amount of liquid in a checked bag, as far as I know. I haven't had anybody say anything to me. It's always the carry-on that's the problem. So I have some things I have in two sizes. So I have this in the regular size, but I also have a small check bag, a carry-on size, right? Little tiny trial size. My hair butter. Some airports consider hair butters a solid. Some consider them a liquid. So I don't mess with them. I don't play around. Check the big one, carry on the small one. Some things I will intentionally buy the trial size just so I can put it in my carry-on bag. But as far as I know, there's no restriction. You just have a weight restriction total on your suitcase. If it's all liquids, if it's all shampoos in there, who cares? They don't care, right? Oh, Nichelle loves this. Yeah, I really like it. I've used a few different honey products, and my hair really likes it. Honey is a humectant. And even this morning when I woke up, I was like, my hair feels really soft. Normally, when I wake up and I haven't put any water in my hair and it's just in this afro, right? It was wet, now it's dry, right? It normally feels very dry, but today it feels really good. And it's because since I got here, I've been using this. So I like it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to get. The problem with hair products when you live abroad is if you get dependent on it, it sucks. It sucks to have that product and not have it. Whereas right now, if I don't have this, my hair just don't feel like this, and whatever, right? It is what it is. More. Let's see. Edith is many. Many says, Honey Hydrate Miel by Camille Rose and Spiked Honey Mousse by Camille Rose. I've never used the Spiked Honey Mousse. Is that something I should switch over to or try? I don't know if I've even seen it. I don't know that I've seen it. And another vote for Camille Rose Honey Mousse. Okay, thank you, friends, for putting me on. I've never tried it. I don't know that I've even seen it. The container looks like a mousse can, or does the container look like something different? Because we're going back to Target. We're making another Target run, okay? We're in Southern California for a full week before we go to Fiji, and then Rashida goes to uh, Australia and New Zealand. So we're making another Target run. So tell me if it's something I should try. Katrina likes the Lumi deodorant and a special face soap from her dermatologist and specific hair products when she comes back to the US. Okay, yeah, so these are the things on our list. Anything else on our list that feel free to add to it, your list of things that you get when you come back. So Rosine is saying pick California Adventure Park. They're having a Pixar Fest right now. Okay. That is for rides and stuff. Are we going to get a Disney experience? That's not Disney. Pixar is Disney. Are there gonna be princesses there? Is Minnie Mouse gonna be there? We only have one day. Mari James says I went to both on two separate days. Disney has better rides. California Adventure has cocktails. Ah, okay, that's helpful. We only have one day to do it. Disney Girl Tinkerbell. Okay, so you're not. Okay, you're not. Okay, Disney Girl Tinkerbell tells me you know things about Disney. Am I wrong about this? Is your name? Your name is really confusing me. Pilar says Disneyland and California Adventure Park. We have one day, and we don't like to be out of the house like that. Neither one of us wants to be like, whatever. I thought that the one where, which one can we see the fireworks and the parade in? I thought it would be cute to go to the fireworks and parade. I don't know. Hi CK, why can't I have items shipped to you in Costa Rica? I can. I don't have an address. Well, so no, in Costa Rica, you don't really get things shipped to you directly. You get things shipped to a location. There are those companies. One is called CR Box, and one is called something like USA Ship. There's several. I don't know. Those are two that I know of. There are many companies, I should say, in Costa Rica, where you order things in the U.S. to be delivered to an address in Miami, right? They have an address in Miami, and then they bring it to you in Costa Rica. I just have not had my own place in Costa Rica, so to me, it hasn't made sense to do all that, to pay extra to have things shipped to me when I know I'm going to come back every 3, 4, 5, 6 months anyway, right? Now, when I do have a place and I need sheets and towels, right? Not just enough to fit in a suitcase, but when I need to stock up on sheets and towels, when I need other things, then it'll make sense for me to pay a third party to bring them in. Right now, it just doesn't make sense to do it because I'm coming back. I'm going back to the US anyway. I get two checked bags. I'm coming back. I'm going to do it, right? I'm just going to bring it myself. Rashni bought socks from American Tall, and they're amazing. Okay, are you 6 feet tall? And they're amazing. Okay, good. All right, another place I've never heard from, AmericanTall.com. D is Brown Girls Invest too. Konica sausage, I don't know that. Hoka and Brown shoes and shea butter are on her list. These are things she gets when she comes back to the US. Y'all make a list of the things that people are telling you they're not able to get. And D's in Mexico, but I think in the Playa del Carmen area of Mexico. Cat from Rebloom Room, Old Bay. Check. Okay, check. Old Bay, other spices. Hoka sneakers. Okay, another vote for Hoka. Hoka. Okay. All cotton underwear, right? Unscented lotion with no mineral oil. Oh, okay. And The Ordinary skincare products. I think I saw The Ordinary in Portugal at the Sephora, but I might be making that up. When I went to the Sephora, I was looking for Peter Thomas Roth, and I had to stand there with my phone and be like, what is a good alternative to Peter Thomas Roth in Portugal? What is a good alternative to Peter Thomas Roth? And they pointed me to something from The Ordinary and something from Drunk Elephant. I know they had the Drunk Elephant serum, but I think I may have, I don't know, I don't forget it. I don't know. I think I saw The Ordinary in Costa Rica, but I don't remember for sure. I mean, in Portugal, but I don't remember for sure. Rashni has also shipped home things like feminine products. Home is the Virgin Islands for her. Rashni lives in the Midwest in the US and also ships to the Virgin Islands products that family members prefer. Feminine products, so this is the thing that I do in reverse. Feminine products are a thing that I stock up in Costa Rica on before I leave. I use a menstrual cup, which I got in the US, but I also like the pads that you get in Costa Rica have less stuff on and in them than the pads that you get in the United States. Even with the same brand, even the always pads in the US feel very different from Costa Rica. And I think it's because Costa Rica has different regulations. So I like to get my pads in Costa Rica before I come back. I do that in reverse. Now, in some countries, people hate always, right? In South Africa, there is a lot of talk about that brand being caustic, right? Toxic, having toxins in their products that they don't have in other parts of the world or other places. So I'm not here to say, I'm not, I haven't done that research. What I'm saying is I like the feel when you can, like in the US, you can buy organic pads or you can just buy pads in Costa Rica. I think they feel the same and act the same. So that's what I do. I try to remember to stock up before I leave Costa Rica instead of coming to the US for them. Locating cozy. I'm developing my list of things I want my daughters to bring when they come to visit in Spain in a couple of months. Yes, that's Yolanda, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, get your list together. Shauna, can you order from Amazon in Costa Rica? So there, I don't know. I haven't even tried. So if you can, it's a different Amazon. So Amazon Mexico is a different Amazon. Amazon Mexico is right. There's a different amount of products, different prices. So if you can order from Amazon Costa Rica, it's a different amount of products and different prices. I don't think I've ever seen anything with the word Amazon on it in Costa Rica, honestly. Um, so no. Like this charger, this anchor phone, little anchor phone charger that I got on Amazon in the U.S. In I didn't buy it when I needed it in Mauritius because it was like $80. Right? I was in Mauritius when my charger. No, I left my charger in South Africa and then got to Mauritius with no extra, travel charger, no extra charger. And this little thing was $80 in Mauritius, right? So you can get things in other places. Some stuff you can get it there, but you're not going to want to pay that. I was like, no, I will not. My phone will just stay dead. Okay. My phone, if I leave the house and my phone is not fully charged, I will just have to walk back home. Right? If I can't figure, if I can't get an Uber because my phone is dead, or I had a rental car then, or if I can't figure out how to get back because my phone is dead, it is what it is. I'm not paying $80 for this 20. I probably paid $24 for this thing on Amazon in the US. This is another type of thing that would be on my list. And this is not for every place, right? But Mauritius and probably also Costa Rica, something like this is going to cost more than you're going to want to pay, right? There's a difference between I can't get it and it's here, but I'm not paying that, right? This was in the I'm not paying that category. Absolutely not. No, you're not. I talked to that shelf. I was in the grocery store talk. I know you lying. Ain't no way I'm paying 80. I pulled out my phone in Mauritius. I pulled out my phone to do the calculation to see what it costs. I was talking to that shelf like it was a person. Ain't no way I'm paying that. You must be crazy. Forget it. Okay? Forget it. I will keep my phone charged and ask strangers for directions before I pay you. Junquette is adding to our list specific hot sauce, a specific one. She don't want to tell us which one though. Okay, it's a secret. Rashida's answering our shoe question. I bought shoes in the US because of the price and availability if bought locally, shipping time and fees if sent from overseas. Okay? So there you go. Some stuff you can get it other places, but you're not going to want to pay the price that it's going to cost you in that other place, right? um, or you're not going to want to pay to ship it to you, right? So similar answer to that, to the shoe question as the little charger question. Same, you can get it. You can get it in another country, but you're not going to want to. Okay? You're not going to want to. Tracy Collins lives in Mexico in San Miguel de Allende. We always leave Mexico with an empty suitcase and return from the States with it completely full. That's just what you do. Yep. So I have two duffel bags in the US in my parents' closet that at least one of them I'm going to fill and bring back, right? One of that duffel bag, I think I'm going to fill it with towels, maybe sheets this time. Feel good stuff, right? I couldn't find a robe that felt good in Costa Rica for 2 years. I looked in Costa Rica for 2 years for a robe that felt good on my body, right? So I have one in the closet in my parents' house. I took it to Costa Rica one time, wore it around, and then came back to the US and left it there because then I was going to travel a lot. That trip where I went from Grenada to wherever. I went Puerto Rico, Grenada, South Africa, Bermuda, Mauritius, right? All of that. Lisbon. So I left the robe there, but I can't wait to bring it back. It's big, it's bulky, it's heavy, nice, decent cashmere robe, right? I'm filling that suitcase up, at least one duffel bag up with stuff that's just stuff that feels good, right? Because that's not a thing. It's not a thing in Costa Rica, right? Your clothes, if you buy it there, it doesn't feel good. Even something simple like this. This is just a cotton and something dress that I got from Target 3 days ago, right? There is a different feel to it than buying this dress in Costa Rica. It's hard to get things that are not polyester. I am too old and too hot flashy to be wearing full polyester dresses and full polyester outfits. And so quality fabric and feel is different in places. And this suitcase, this duffel bag that I'm bringing back is going to be all about having things that feel good. And Nichelle Gaynor says in Southeast Asia, she can only shop at H&M. So there is H&M and Zara and Mango and Old Navy in San Jose, Costa Rica. But I'm convinced that there's no way the clothes in those stores they're getting the seconds or they're getting the stuff that didn't sell anywhere. Except for Mango, I've never walked into those stores in San Jose and been like, this looks right. Right? Even Old Navy, walking into Old Navy, maybe I got there at the wrong time, right? But I've only been to Old Navy once or twice in San Jose. I quit. I gave up. And, I'm Old Navy down, right? I walked into Old Navy in San Jose and I was like, ain't no way where am I? Right? What store is this? Mango is the only store that I walked in San Jose and I was like, this looks familiar. Now, in other parts of the world, H&M has been a go-to, right? H&M has been a go-to in other places that it has not been for me in Costa Rica. Again, some of that could be seasonal. Maybe in San Jose, you need to hit H&M and Zara and Mango the day the shipment comes in. And then after that, it's just whatever they can find on the shelves. But if around the world, H&M has been a real go-to for me as well. What address are you giving us, Manny? What is this an address to? Is this your address? Take your address off of YouTube. What is that, Manny? Take that off. Take that off. Let me see. I can't. I have to go to my phone to remove it. Oh, the Nordstrom rack. Okay, girl. I was like, what is she telling us? Nordstrom rack. Okay, so that's really close. We might get there. We might get there. We went to the Nordstrom in Costa Mesa, as you can see. I got my pajamas. There's the bag over there and the bag over here. Got my pajamas, got my earrings. I think that's all I got from Nordstrom this time. So maybe we'll get to hit up the Nordstrom rack, which is close by. It's really close to where we are. Thank you. Dorita says, love the lip color. Thank you. I have a thing about lipstick colors. From my parents, I got the right things from the right parents, right? Except my lips. I got the smaller lips, right? I got my dad's lips, not my mom's lips. And so I'm really funny about darker lip colors. I usually wear like a nude or lighter color. So I'm funny about darker lip colors. So thank you for that compliment. Because when I wear a darker color, I feel like my lips look like. For the most part, I feel like I got the right thing from the right parent. I got my height from my dad. I'm so grateful for that. But I also got his lips, which I would switch. That's the thing that I would switch out. Is Maybelline in Costa Rica? Yes, but, right? Yes, but. Some shipment stuff seems really inconsistent. So you can go to a Walmart in Costa Rica and find, one day you can go there and you can find like, oh, they have these lipsticks and not this, right? So Maybelline has the whatever line, they have 3 or 4 different, let's say Maybelline has 6 different lines of lipsticks. You might go into Walmart one time and find these 2 or 3 different lines of lipsticks and maybe 6 colors of each. Then you go back and they don't sell that line anymore. They didn't bring that line anymore. Now they have a different line of lipsticks, right? So that kind of thing can be inconsistent. Makeup, hair color. So I colored my hair the wrong color because the last time, I went to the same place to buy the hair dye, the box dye. Went to the exact same place to buy the box dye, but this time they had different colors, right? So I dyed my hair a different color. I don't care for it this time. I don't care for it. But it was, listen, it was either this or gray. It was either this or gray, whatever. Don't at me. So some things, yes, they have them, and you might get it once, but the next time, are you going to be able to get it? Are you going to be able to get that same line of it, that same color of it, right? So so for me, I was like, well, I'm dyeing my hair some color. Pick something, right? I should have just picked a warm brown. I just wanted a little color. I regret this color. I don't like it. If you see it outside, I don't like it. Okay, you don't have to tell me. Okay, you don't have to tell me. Ooh, I don't like it. I wish I had just picked a browner color. But all that to say, some stuff, if it's got to be shipped, if you're buying something that you know is shipped in, right? In Costa Rica, what's not shipped in? Lots of the fruits and vegetables and the food, right? Not shipped in. If you're buying something that's shipped in, you have to be okay, and you're buying it in that other country, you have to be okay with it being inconsistent, right? Sometimes you can get it and sometimes you can't. Unless you're in a bigger city. In a Mexico City, I'm guessing they don't have the same makeup problems. In Lisbon, they're not having the same makeup problem that I'm having in San Jose, Costa Rica, which is sometimes when I go, they have, listen, this is by CoverGirl, I think. Superstay, Maybelline. This is Maybelline Superstay. I love these ink crayons. I don't know why. I don't have a real reason to tell you, except that they don't have I think part of it is the smell. They don't have a smell that I hate. Some do. Some lipsticks, really, I can't stand the smell of them. They last long enough without me having to do a lot of removal to take them off at night, right? Which is the thing that annoys me. They don't dry me out. So I like these. So that's why. Those are the reasons I like these. And then they just look different. They're cute. And listen, if you have a cute package, I'm in. So, okay, so these, I think, so I'm not sure if I've ever seen these in Costa Rica, but if I have, you're not going to be able to go back and get the same colors over and over. You know what I mean? So you have to decide on what you can navigate and what you are just, you're going to bring them in. So speaking of what you can navigate, let's talk about toilet paper. Let's talk about toilet paper. Soft toilet paper is American. Other countries don't even think it makes sense to have soft toilet paper because all it's going to do is clog up the pipes if you flush it to begin with. Even though in a lot of Costa Rica, you don't flush your toilet paper, you wrap it up and put it in the trash, right? They still don't deal with soft toilet paper. So it's Charmin girls out here, okay? Charmin gang. Everybody else can probably cope, okay? Whatever your toilet paper preference is, you can probably cope unless you're a Charmin girl, okay? I am a Charmin girl. The northern people, you're going to be fine, right? Whatever brand of toilet paper you use in your house. You're probably going to be fine in other countries unless you're a Charmin girl, unless you're used to your toilet paper feeling like a cotton swab. Charmin gang, you're going to have to make some adjustments or bring your toilet paper in. I think when I have a home and I have a guest bedroom, I think that I will stock it with Charmin, even though I'm probably not going to use Charmin every day on my body, because I'm not paying that. I'm not going to bring back cases and cases of Charmin at a time. Okay, but I think I would stock it for my guests. It seems like a thing that I would do. Right? Bring back if I'm bringing back a duffel bag of stuff, half of it sometime might be Charmin, because that's not something that you're going to be able to find an equivalent for. Toilet paper, the Charmin is not around the world. You're not going to be able to find that, right? Any toilet paper conversations here that we need to have? I'm scrolling. Yeah, Nichelle says Peter Thomas Roth in Marshalls every now and then. Yeah, it's in Target, right? It's not. I'm not saying it's hard to find. I'm saying that when I get to um, Costa Rica and I run out, I'll be looking messed up. I promise y'all, what happened was I looked at my face one day and I was like, generally, I look better than this. My skin, I don't have skin issues are not a thing for me, right? I don't have skin issues like that, right? And I was looking at my face like, something's wrong here. And then I remembered that I had replaced my trial size Peter Thomas Roth stuff with something else. I was still using the containers, but it was something else in there. And I was like, I need to get back and get me some stuff. So I went to the Target. The lady, the girl, she was a girl. She gave me a free trial size, a tiny trial size, not the travel size. They have a trial size, they have a travel size, and they have the full size. She gave me the free trial size. I bought the travel size. She didn't have a full size. And I'm talking about within two face washings, I was like, I'm back. I'm back. I bought the face wash, I bought the serum, and the water drench, I think it's called, the moisturizer. Water cloud drench moisture, something. I don't know, right? Two usings, one full day. And I was like, that's it. I alternate though. So I use Olay. I always use the Peter Thomas Roth face wash, but for the serum and the moisturizer, I alternate between Peter Thomas Roth and Olay. Olay Super Serum, because saving money. Saving money matters to me still. Yeah, Lynn will. I love Peter Thomas Roth. Whenever possible, I try multiple gift sets that are reasonably priced. Yes, yeah. I think it's good stuff, and I think it's worth the money and the effort it takes me to make sure I always have it on hand. Yeah, Kat says she forgot to look for the ordinary when she was in Mexico in Sephora. Yeah, I would check it out. It might be really, really, you might have easy access to it and you might not, right? It may not be a thing there, but it might be right there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, but we were talking about toilet paper. Let me scroll. Okay, do we have any toilet paper concerns? Yes to Scott's. If you like Scott's, you might be fine with what you see in other places. Scott. Okay, Scott's the other one. Yeah, if you like Scott, you might be able to find the toilet paper that you like in other places. But if you like Charmin, you're not going to find that equivalent. Okay? There's no Charmin in the rest of the world. I'm sorry to tell you. I haven't been everywhere in the world, but I've been to enough places that I feel confident with that. My stethoscope travels. Is a bidet an option to minimize the need for softer paper? Absolutely. And a lot of places, a bidet is normal. It's normal. I've stayed now in Costa Rica. I think I've only stayed in one Airbnb that had a bidet. But in some places, a bidet is normal, and that's one of the reasons that they're not focused on toilet paper, on soft toilet paper. So, yeah, yes. Bidet with substandard toilet paper works well, right? Roshni's saying that. Yes, right? That may be one of the reasons that they've never had the soft toilet paper experience because they didn't need it. Yes, bidet. Yes to bidets. And then I talked to a woman, I talked to Mary. Hi, Mary. Mary in Costa Rica a couple of weeks ago. And she brought in a seat bidet or something. She carried it with her, which tells me it was something that you attach to the seat. She brought it with her from the US into Costa Rica, something she bought on Amazon. So apparently you can buy a toilet seat type thing that you can convert your toilet into a toilet slash bidet. I guess, whatever. I don't really know. I don't understand. But yes to bidets. Yes to that. And that's probably a good reason why they never got on the soft toilet paper train. They never worked on softening the toilet paper because they don't need to. Marcia Unbound. Well, listen, bring it. Okay, I'm not going to tell you not to have a full suitcase of toilet paper. Do what you have to do. But maybe the bidet will help you. Maybe it will help you. Now, yeah, in a lot of the world, surprise, in a lot of the world, either because the pipes are old or I think it's always because the pipes are old, you don't flush the toilet paper. You wrap it up, you put it in a trash can with a lid, and then you close that bag up when you need to, and you take it outside and put it in the dumpster. A lot of the world. Cottonelle 3-ply, you can find something that feels kind of like that. Right. Cottonelle, I've used Cottonelle before, and I think Cottonelle people are going to be fine around the world. I think the Scots people, y'all are going to be fine. The Charmin girls, okay, you're going to have to wean yourself off the Charmin. Get start now. Start weaning yourself off the Charmin because you're never going to find that again. You're never going to find it around the world. Rashni says, if I have my Virgin Islands rental house, I'll stock it with Charmin. That's what seriously, I've thought about this. I've thought about this, right? When I move into my house, when I get a place, I rent a place in Costa Rica, and I have a guest room, a dedicated guest bathroom, I think I'll stock it with Charmin toilet paper to be a good hostess. Okay? So as to be the hostess with the mostest. I have not worked out logistically how many rolls of toilet paper I can fit into a duffel bag, and if that makes any sense at all. If I can only bring back 2 check bags on my ticket, how much sense does it make for 1 full bag to be toilet paper? I don't know. But I think that's a thing that I'm going to try. I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I think I'm going to try it. Yeah, Kim S. Kitchen paper towels in Mexico are horrible unless you go to Costco. Paper towels are another thing. Wean yourself off of them. Just wean yourself off of paper towels, friends. Okay? Figure out a way to live without paper towels because in other parts of the world, they're not. So in Costa Rica is not into waste like that. You don't want to have the waste. And then other places, they're just not going to have soft paper towels. So just wean yourself off. Get yourself on the dish towel, right? Dish towels that you wash over and over again as opposed to paper towels. You'll enjoy your life better than complaining. Seriously, this is me. I'm you, right? Instead of me being like, these paper towels are awful, right? It was just better, easier for me to get myself off of paper towels. Get myself on the dish towel that I wash over and over and over and over. I'm serious. I am you. Get yourself off the paper towel. Get yourself off the Charmin. Your life will be easier. You'll like things better. You'll be less complainy. Okay? Currency Goddess, can I please enter the Exodus Summit Facebook group? My request is pending. Request in, okay, so here, I'm going to guess based on your picture here that your Facebook profile does not have a photo of you. It's not easy to get into the Exodus Summit Facebook group if you're using an alias and your photo is not yourself. Okay, we have to protect that space from people who would come in and do harm to Black women. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, this community and our Rashida's and my communities together combined is called Exodus Summit, right? Exodus Summit is in part a Facebook, one of the things that Exodus Summit is a Facebook group for Black women who are interested in moving abroad, in career breaks abroad, in bopping around the world as a nomad, right? Exodus Summit is now 16,600 Black women in community with one another in a Facebook group. But we cannot let people in if we cannot verify that they're a Black woman. So if your profile does not make it clear and plain that you're a Black woman, you're not going to get in. It might take a while for us to decline you, right? Because there's only three of us. We take our time. Some of us, there's only three of us who approve or decline requests. Might be a while to be declined, but you're not getting in. You have to, if your Facebook is locked down, and we can't get over to your profile and verify that you're a Black woman by seeing actual pictures of you, you're not getting in, okay? I think it's worth it to put up a picture of yourself, even if your name is not your name, to get into the group. But if you're using an alias and you're not using your own photo, you're not getting in. That's just how it has to be. I think everyone can understand that. Everyone can understand. Just because this chat has been lovely and wonderful today doesn't mean that there aren't people who would come into the group just to be rude, mean, racist, contentious, stupid, right? And so we have to protect that, right? Even today, I don't know. I don't know. Are you a Black woman? I don't know. Just because you're all capsing me doesn't mean that you're getting into the Facebook group, because that's not what it's for. It's not for anyone who says, let me in. It's for Black women. Okay? I think everyone, if you can't understand that, then you don't understand it. But I think most of us do understand that. Yes, right? Pinky is helping you get off the paper towels, okay? She uses a large stack of cloth napkins, easy to wash and reuse, yeah. Leaving the US and getting yourself off paper towels is really gonna save you a lot of frustration. I'm serious, I'm not kidding. I know it sounds like I'm kidding about the paper towel thing, but I had to wean myself off of paper towels, okay? And it made my life easier as a person who lives abroad, as a person who stays in people's homes, or as a person who house sits and goes to Airbnbs. Being dependent on paper towels made me very grumbly and complaining. Stop buying them. Get yourself on cotton, on cloth, on something that you can use and reuse and reuse and reuse. Thank you. All right. Okay, so Rashni says Amazon does sell portable travel bidets, may be an option. Yeah, she said that she brought hers in, hooked it onto her toilet, no turning back. So good. I'm not saying there are no paper towels. I'm saying you're not going to be satisfied, okay? If you're used to paper towels that feel kind of like a towel, right? You know, them good paper towels. You're not going to be satisfied, okay? Just get yourself off of them entirely. You're never going to find a substitute. You're never going to find a substitute. Just get yourself off of it. Get yourself on actual towels, actual kitchen towels. You'll feel better, right? Some things, like every time you use them, you just be complaining, right? Hard paper towels are like that. Hard toilet paper is like, every time you use it, you just feel like, ugh, this is stupid. I hate this, right? So if you can get yourself out of that today, you'll feel better. We out says my fiance would die if he had to live without paper towels. You can listen. I don't know. My dad is that's my dad, but I think we can deprogram ourselves, right? I think we can get out of the paper. I think we can unaddict ourselves to paper towels. I think we can do it. Costa Rica is really funny about your trash. You don't want to be a person who creates a lot of trash in Costa Rica. Okay? They're not into that. But I think we can we can deprogram ourselves from the paper towel life. I think we can unaddict ourselves, right? I think we can. Zolani is Black, flourishing, and free. Why are Mexican paper towels half the size? They're not about the paper towel life. They're not the paper towel life. So as I recall, in Mexico, paper towels are used to serve food like like whatever. They're not about the paper towel life as like a way to dry your hands or like clean up things. They have a different function, they're a different size, they're a different texture, they're a different feel, they're a different absorbency. Free yourselves from the paper towels. I promise you, y'all, that is a small thing you can do that will make you less grumbly and complaining when you move abroad. Carolyn says, "Remember when toilet paper used to come in colors, pink and blue, etc." I remember because in Costa Rica and Mexico, you can still find it's still there, and the scented toilet paper, it's still there. It's still there. All right. How did we do on this? Okay, Rashida, this is good info. Rashida is a Charmin girly, and she's moved over to Costco toilet paper. So I've not been to any Costco out of the United States ever. So this is a blind spot for me. This is a blind. I don't think so. I've never been to a Costco out of the U.S. So I don't know what they got in there. I know people tell me they got, but I'm trying to think about this because I would. Why haven't I been? So when I house sat in Mexico for that first family that I house sat for, they went to Costco regularly. She would take people from her town into Costco, which is like a 45-minute trip, like once a month. But I know I didn't go with them. So yeah, I don't think so. This is a blind spot. I have a blind spot. I don't know what's in the Costco's around the world. In Costa Rica, there's Price Smart, which I think is Costco. I think Price Smart is Costco in Costa Rica. And then in Mexico, there's Costco. I don't know what's in there. So maybe, okay, maybe some of the stuff. So Rashida says switch over to the Costco toilet paper. Okay. So maybe, so if that's Rashida's saying that's a Charmin alternative. So all of you Charmin girlies, figure that out for yourselves. I don't have, I've never been in that sounds strange, but I guess it's true. I don't know. How did that happen? How did I go that far, that long, without going into a Costco in Mexico? I did. Yeah. So Mexico, there's scented toilet paper. You might want to like seriously, it's a thing that you might want to spend your time finding the right one for you. If you're in Mexico, right, you don't want to mess around and accidentally buy the pink scented toilet paper and then just be disgusted. Right? You're going to want to search for the one that you like. Karima Fatima, I bought 2 bidets from Amazon and I travel with one of them even in the US. Okay. Get on the bidet life. Yeah. I need bidet lessons. I guess I need to watch a YouTube video about how to use a bidet the right way. I have used bidets, but I've never felt like, I think I know. I think I know exactly what I'm supposed to do here. It's always like, well, let's see. Let's see if I'm doing this right. I need a bidet coach. I need to watch a tutorial. Spain. Yolanda says they're opening a Costco in Zaragoza, Spain. Okay, good. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. All right. So these are the things that I put on my list for me to get. Okay. This was my list, things that I needed to get. I'd like to talk briefly about some things that you may think you need to take in bulk that you might not. All I have on the list is medications, but anybody have any other things that people might think they need to take in bulk that they might not? You might find what is prescription here in the US is over the counter in the country you're going to. You might find that. I'm not saying you will. I'm saying you might. Things like antibiotics in general, antibiotics, I think, in a lot of the world are over the counter. Am I saying that right? Antibiotics over the counter. Yeah, right. Listen, we went to Target the other day and the Motrin and ibuprofen were behind a lock and key in the United States. Behind a locked cabinet. Motrin? Tylenol? Anyway, you might find your thing Is your thing over the counter in the US? I mean, is your thing over the counter in another country? It's quite possible. Uh, that's all. That's all I got to say on it. Not quite. I don't mean to say it's quite possible. I mean, there's this chance, right? I don't know. I don't know how you research that. I don't have any answers. Okay. I don't know how you research that besides walking into, once you get to the country, walking in with your list of stuff and saying, uh, how much is this and how much is this? And is this over the counter? Yeah, over the counter antibiotics. If you're sick, they want you to get better. You may still have to talk to the pharmacist. In some countries, so when I got, the first time I got sick in Mexico, they told the house sitting client, the people I was house sitting for were like, poor little American girl, poor little dum dum. Here's what you do, Stephanie. You go to the pharmacy, you tell the pharmacist your symptoms, and they give you medication. It's a different medical system. The healthcare systems work differently around the world. And so I go to the pharmacy, I talk to the pharmacist, I give them my symptoms, they give me the medications, right? So prescription versus over the counter seems to be, I don't want to say it's blurry, but I'm not clear on where the line was in Mexico. I know I said I have this, and this symptom, and they gave me these things. And the pharmacist could give me those things. Uh, so if you're taking a scout, now if you're moving somewhere, I would get as many as you can for a reasonable price before you go. But if you're talking about a scouting trip, I would go with the list of medications that you have or use in a year. And I would go and I would ask some questions. Can I get this here? Whatever, right? Know the generic name, know the name, the chemical, the generic name, not just the prescription name. Maybe Google it and then go talk to the pharmacist. Okay? So, girl, locked up the Tide. Rashida and I even said to the woman working there, this store is terrible. Like this store is stupid. Why is everything behind lock and key? Something else was behind the cabinet, the locked cabinet. That was just stupid. The Tide was definitely locked up here. Something. It was Motrin and it was a pain relief, Motrin and Tylenol. It was laundry detergent, and it was something else. Something when we first turned that corner, the first thing we saw locked up. Like, okay, girl. Okay. I have seen one. I went to one um, Walmart in Costa Rica where stuff was locked up too. But that's not normal in Costa Rica. I was like, and the thing that they really lock up is bug spray. I guess they want to make sure that people aren't, I don't know, killing off the wildlife. Bug spray is locked up in Costa Rica sometimes. But this Santa Costa, we're in Anaheim, somewhere in Anaheim. The Walmart, the Target we went to, everything was locked up. Like, girl, get a grip. Okay, so busy diva views. That's what I had to do in Grenada to get something over the counter when I thought I had pink eye. Thankfully, I didn't. Yeah, you talk to the pharmacist. There's less of a barrier to accessing healthcare in some parts of the world. I say some, and I think I mean the rest of the world. Accessing healthcare can be as simple in parts of the world as going in and talking to a pharmacist if it's not an emergency, right? Here's what I have, here's what I think I need. There you go. Not in the hood. We're in Anaheim. We're in Anaheim. Disneyland. We at Disneyland. Even in the hood. I've been to some hood stores. I can't imagine. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. In Wilmington, makeup was locked up in Wilmington. When you go to the drugstores in Wilmington, Delaware, you go to the drugstores, the makeup was locked up. But I've never seen Motrin and Tylenol locked up. I've never seen Motrin and Tylenol locked up. We need bidet lessons. Oh, okay, you need me to do a bidet lesson and then report back. Okay, I'll tell you what I learned. I'll tell you what I learned about using a bidet. I'll tell you, I'll learn and tell you. Yeah, Chelsea, Dove body wash was locked up. Okay, girl. Right? I'm not, yeah, I understand there are systemic failures happening, right? Okay. I'm not answering this question, Linnea. Just go to Costa Rica, right? Don't let the bugs and spiders keep you from living your life. It's okay to be afraid of bugs and spiders and still go places and live there and have a life. Don't let the bugs and spiders live your life. Yeah, it makes the shopping experience horrible, right? You don't want to be in there. I don't want to be in here. If you think you need to lock this stuff up from me, I don't even want to be in here. Stupid. I don't want to be in here. Come on. Oh, this is a thing tourists would do, right? Okay. Um, Zolani says, I heard bug spray is locked up in Costa Rica because people were spraying themselves with it in the store and not buying it. Okay. I can see tourists doing that exact thing. Okay. I thought it had to do with protecting the ecosystem, but that makes sense as well. I can see people doing that. I can see because they're like, I'm only gonna be here for a day or 2 days or 3 days. I can see people stealing it that way. Um, that's the main thing. And then I said I went. Then, like I said, I went to the one Walmart in Costa Rica where a lot of stuff was locked up. I think something I bought, maybe deodorant. Something I bought, I had to get somebody, and I was like, "This is strange." No, it wasn't. It was Puerto Rico. That's right. It wasn't Costa Rica. Yeah, Costa Rica. They just the bug spray is the only thing I've seen in Costa Rica. That was Puerto Rico. I'm remembering now exactly the situation. I remember talking to the lady. It was in Puerto Rico. Yeah, girl. Right. I'm leaving. Okay. Okay. So that's the list. Yeah. Listen. There it's okay. We move People have to we all learn how to move through our lives with our various fears and phobias. We all learn how to move through our lives with them, right? The bug thing irritates me. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, as a person, the bug thing irritates me because bug fear people are really, really loud and vocal about your bug fears and about how much they keep you from living your lives. Get a therapist, fix the phobia, live your life, right? Other fears, people will be like, I'm afraid of this, but I'm going to do it. I'm afraid of whatever, but I'm going to do it. I'm afraid of flying. I'm going to work on that so I can fly, right? The bug fear, people are like, oh, meanwhile, you got bugs where you live. I don't know that there's any place with humans that doesn't have bugs. Live your lives. Fix it. Fix the problem. Instead of being in the chat always talking about bugs. There are bugs everywhere. Fix the problem. If it's a phobia, now if it's just a nobody likes. Well, some people do like bugs. I guess they're insect people, but most people don't like bugs. But you deciding where you go and how much of a life you live because of bugs sounds ridiculous to me, friend. It sounds ridiculous to me, right? There are people who are really, really afraid of flying, who take steps to be able to live their lives, to be able to see the world. And to me, flying would be a harder thing to get over. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a phobia fixer. But if people who are afraid of flying can travel and fly and see the world, y'all bug afraid girlies can do it. You can do it. I want to say grow up, but I also want to be nice. Okay? Let me end this live stream. I want to say to you, grow up, but I also want to be loving and kind. I speak to Black women with loving kindness until I get upset about things. And then I'll be like, I wasn't supposed to say that. But seriously, you can grow up. You can do it. Live your life. Okay? Fix the problem instead of letting the problem run your life. I am afraid of mannequins. I'm afraid of mannequins. I don't like them. Mannequins with faces. You go in Catholic churches and they got scary Jesus. I'm afraid, but I'm going to live my life. Right? Live your life. Stop letting these things that happened to you as a child dictate your life as an adult. I don't know what caused you to be afraid of bugs as a child. For some of you, it's just your mom was afraid of bugs and you're afraid of bugs. You don't even know why you're afraid of bugs. Girl, grow up. That bug. You don't even know why you're afraid of bugs. Some of you. Afraid of dogs, right? If you got bit by a dog and you're afraid of dogs, and if someone said to you, I was bitten by a dog as a child and I'm afraid of dogs, and so I never leave my house, I never go to events, you'd be like, girl, fix the problem. But the afraid of bugs girls just be like, I'm afraid of bugs. Fix the problem. You can fix that. It's the one thing that we just let be the boss of us that it upsets me, as you can tell. Let me drink some water and calm down. You can fix it. You ain't got to be all the time. You can work on that. Okay, so we're going to free ourselves from paper towels. We're going to free ourselves from paper towels and letting bugs decide where we go in the world. There's bugs everywhere. There's bugs on your eyelashes right now. Live your life. Okay? You can do it. You can do it. All the other phobias, people, when they recognize this thing in themselves, they work on it. I think the women I know, right? My friend in Costa Rica right now, her mom is afraid to fly, but she flies. She flies with somebody else. She pays somebody to fly with her, but she flies, right? The afraid of dogs people they work on that because they know, like, I like to go to parks, restaurants. I need to live my life. I need to get over it, right? Not get over it. I need to work on it, fix it. But the afraid of bugs girlies be like, oh, do they have bugs in Costa Rica? Yes, they have bugs in Costa Rica. You'll be all right. I've been to Australia. One time, I was a part-time nanny and au pair in Australia, and the family had two children. When I got there, they were 7 and 4. And one day, I walk around the corner in the house, and the kids are like amazed at something. There was a bug. The full body of the bug was this. A lot of it was legs and arms, right? The full body of the bug was like this, and I was like, nope. But the kids were there, and I'm like, the kids, they weren't afraid, but they were like, ah, look, right? So I'm like, well, they do give me free room and board to take care of these children. So I'm like, let me get a thing, and I had a broom and a dustpan. I'm like, I'm going to get this thing on this thing. We're all screaming. We're all screaming. The mom, who was not Australian, she was Dutch. They lived in Australia, but the mom was Dutch. The mom just came and joinked and picked it up with her hands and put it outside. Right? I've seen some bugs, but I'm not picking where I go on vacation or where I live my life, or where I live my dreams, where I sabbatical based on the bugs. I've been to Australia. That was the biggest bug I'd ever seen. It was big. It was like I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't it was kind of grasshopper like, not the daddy long legs looking thing, but kind of grasshopper like, but extra. I don't know. And I was like, I guess I'm the person here who's supposed to be taking care of the kids, and the kids are like interacting with this bug in a way that the mom probably would want me to do something about it. So, it's like five. There's like five. Had to be 5 minutes of me with a dustpan and a broom trying to get it onto the thing. It was on the wall, up on the wall, higher than the kids could reach. And then finally, the mom just came out of the kitchen, walked into the living room, picked it up with her hands, and threw it outside. I'm not a person who especially loves bugs. I just am bigger than a bug. I'm bigger than the bug. To me, it just is not a thing. It's not a thing that I'm going to let determine where I go. And I hope if you've been letting it determine where you go and how you live your life, you change that. Learn how to kill a bug with a shoe and move on. Okay? Okay. Fix the problem. Fix it. Fix it, right? If people who are afraid of flying can fly, you'll be all right around a bug. I like really seriously, that is a thing that I marvel at. When somebody who has a fear of flying can overcome that and fly, that's impressive because there's no exit. Once you get on that plane, right? That is really impressive. That is really, it's got to be really hard to do, right? Meanwhile, y'all be like, "Oh, a bug! Oh, a bug!" Girl, please. You don't even know. Are you even afraid of bugs, or did you just see somebody doing that when you were a kid, and you think that's how you're supposed to react when you see a bug? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Jay, I used to hate waiting tables outside. People were so ridiculous and expected us to get rid of flying insects. Ridiculous is the right word. Listen, ridiculous. I do some ridiculous stuff too. Okay? I have done some ridiculous things in my life, but it is ridiculous. That reaction to bugs, you can change that. You can fix that. You can get over it. Grow up. That's a grown up thing. You can do grown up things. Stop acting like that when you see a bug. You're going to be all right. That's the thing. That's the thing that really, I wouldn't call it a pet peeve of mine because it's more than a peeve. I hate it. I hate that reaction. Child, please, please live your life. Letting something this size determine how you live your life. Oh, Dee Marie, I had a phobia of deep water and learned to swim at 39. Very difficult, but I conquered that fear. So do you want to tell us some steps? No, not, I mean, like, did you, like, basic steps? Like, what did you have to do? Therapy? Did you find a swim coach? Where did you start with that? Oh, braids like Brandy, I cry with my shades on. She's afraid of flying, but does it anyway. So there are work. So listen, friends, this is not a thing that you have to do alone. There are therapists who specialize in these kind of things. There's hypnosis, right? There's drugs. I don't think you need to. There are ways to overcome things that don't require you to just I'm just going to tough it out, right? Actually, you can fix the problems. I think, right? That's the whole foundation of therapy. You can fix the problems. You don't have to carry this with you forever. Fix the problem. Instead of being a person who has to tough it out and whatever, whatever, fix the problems, please. Address them. So you're not passing them on. So I don't have to sit next to your granddaughter going, ooh, ooh, ooh. Girl, I'm so sick of it. I'm over it. Girl. One time at a graduation party, I saw a boy do that. He was 18, 19 years old. That spider was, I mean, this big. There were tables in a garage. There were tables in a garage, and the spider had built the thing all the way from the ceiling down, and it was right at his eye level. The world's smallest spider. Like, I only saw it. It was amazing that I even saw the spider. And he did all of that. And I said, "Do you want me to go get your mom?" He was like, right? Do you need me to go in the house, stop your mom's conversation, get your mom, bring her out here so that she can move this 1 millimeter spider for you? Or are you going to get over it? Grow up. Grow up. I know I'm not the only one. Okay, We Out says it's annoying. Okay, like, come on. If people with fear of flying can fly, you can sit beside a spider or smash a spider with your shoe. That's all you got to do, right? Some of us will move a spider. I've moved many an animal out of the house that I'm in, take it outside. But you ain't got to do that. You can just kill it. You're bigger than that. You're bigger than it is. Fear of driving. I did therapy to get over my fear. I was in an accident. It totally worked. Surprise! Therapy works. Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that, Jay. I'm so glad to hear that. See me, I kind of cured my fear of certain big local bugs by watching my colleague handling the compost on the office terrace. I'm missing something. Because there was bugs in it? Timmy, I don't put two and two together. You got to tell me the whole story. Help the people fix the problem. I can't help you fix the problem, but I can tell you, I can have people in this chat tell you what they did to fix the problem, and then you can try one of those things. Hypnosis is real, right? If your mind is your mind, you can hypnotize your mind to believe or not believe things. Find a solution. I don't know. Are there therapists that also incorporate hypnosis in their practice, or are those two things do they not go together? Right? Hypnosis, do the thing. Yeah, braids like Brandy. I was scared of driving. Took me till 23 to drive on the highway. I've had the same car for 10 years, no accidents. You can do it. Okay, braids like Brandy is being more encouraging than I have been. Thank you, braids like Brandy. Thank you for encouraging everyone. Are there quality utensils in Costa Rica? Good question. I haven't done any kitchen shopping yet. That's a good question. I don't have an answer yet. Sorry about that. I don't have an answer yet. So if y'all don't know, one of the reasons that I kept saying I got to get my own place, I'm so sick of staying in Airbnbs, is that I'm sick of them bent up forks, them cheap bent up forks, them little thin metal bent up forks. I'm so sick of it. But I haven't done any looking around to see if it's something that I can get a good quality utensil down there, or if I need to bring in some stuff. I don't have an answer yet, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay. Yes. Playful Cat says, please put the bug outside. Don't kill it. But listen, if it's you or your phobia talking, you're probably just going to kill it. You're probably not going to want to take it outside. Or maybe you will. I don't know. I'm not the boss of you. Okay. Joyful One says there is hypnotherapy, but what I'm asking is, do therapists do it? Is it can Oh, here we go. There are some therapists who will use hypnosis. Okay. Dorita Ratcliffe, thank you for that answer. And wisdom and color therapy and hypnosis can be practiced at the same time. Yeah. I just don't think it makes sense to let a bug decide your life. I just don't think it makes sense to let a bug decide your life. Acupuncture also helps, Karima says. Okay, good. Can we talk about potato chips abroad? All right. On to the next thing. Junk food. Last thing I think that we need to make sure that we cover. Junk food abroad is not the same as junk food in the US, even if it's the exact same brand. Okay? Cheez-Its. Can you see my countertop back there? You may barely be able to make out a box of Cheez-Its on that bar back there in my hotel, right? Junk food in the US allows certain colorings, dyes, allows certain artificial flavorings that other parts of the world do not allow. Okay? So the junk food abroad is going to maybe be slightly healthier, but it's not going to taste the same. It's not going to feel the same. It's not going to look the same. Okay? Cheez-Its, Cheetos, anything with artificial cheese, Doritos, in the US, even though the package is going to be the same when you go abroad, it's going to look and taste and feel different. Okay? So I got me some Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its combos, I like, when I come back, I at least get one of them. Depends on how long I'm here. At least one of them. Cheez-Its, combos, Cheetos are my things, right? And they're not the same. So that's the thing. You might be okay with the substitute. You might be okay with the substitute. And then when you come back, you just be like, oh, it's interesting to see the difference. Or you may not be okay with the substitute. And you may just get yourself off of that thing, right? I hardly ever eat Cheetos anymore. Just try to get myself off of Cheetos. But Cheez-Its are a thing that I still enjoy, whether it's the official, the US, the poison Cheez-It, or the less poison Cheez-Its of abroad. I think oils, things that are fried in certain oils, are fried in different oils in different places. So, like potato chips, are I don't want to say very different, but there is a noticeable difference in things like potato chips. I don't know that I don't know which one you're gonna like better. So some people, I see that. Some people like the chips abroad better than the US version. Some people are the reverse. So Lay's, right? Lay's potato chips are worldwide, but they do taste different. You might like the other Lay's better than the US Lay's. Might be the reverse. So the classy hacker says it's the MSG. Okay. I thought it was the oil, but there is a potato chip difference even with the same brands. Yeah. And then Shannon Campbell, Lay's are definitely different in Egypt and Thailand. Yeah. I think, yeah, oil and maybe oil and MSG difference. But you might like the others better. Yeah. Kim S. I like Mexican Doritos better. Uh-huh. Right? So the US, the fake coloring and the cheesy, the flavor is very different. There's a difference. But that doesn't mean that you're going to like it less. Okay? But me, the way my taste buds are set up, I do get excited to come back to the US and taste the old way, right? In the reverse, in McDonald's, the apple pie, remember how when we were kids, the McDonald's apple pie was deep fried? Now it's baked, right? In most of the world, the McDonald's apple pie is still deep fried. In Costa Rica, they have a cheesecake pie and a pineapple pie, deep fried. So, junk food, there's a difference, but doesn't mean it's worse. Doesn't mean that you'll think it's worse. You might like it better. Yeah, that fried apple pie. At one time, Well, not at one time. It's my thing. When I go someplace, I'm going to I don't care how long I'm in the country. I'm going to McDonald's. I'm going to have the fried apple pie. One time I flew somewhere in the US and I forgot I was in the US because I got on a plane and got off the plane. In my brain, I was like, I need to go to McDonald's. I think it was the time we went to Memphis. My mom and I went to Memphis for the festival. Um, got off the plane and I was like, while we're here, let's go to McDonald's. We went to McDonald's and I ordered the apple pies. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. We're still in the United States. It's still the baked apple pie. I've never been so disappointed in my whole life. Never. MSG makes everything taste better. It's good stuff, right? It's good stuff. Oh, baby girl, H2O. I already know I need to take Tasty Cakes. You're not getting Tasty Cakes anywhere else, right? East Coast and Florida. That's it. Now, you know there are Tasty Cakes in Florida, in wherever there's Wawa in Florida. But other than that, you're not getting Tasty Cakes anywhere else. If you need to have them, you're going to have to bring them with you. Okay? Dee Marie says she loves the abroad versions of most junk foods. Yeah, oils are different. The coloring is different. It's different. You're going to notice the difference. Yeah, Joy also prefers the snacks abroad. The American version of the snacks are better. Yeah, no, MSG. Yeah, so years ago when I was a kid, MSG was the boogeyman, right? But it's not the boogeyman. It was just, the food industry has a lot of control over things. The food industry and the pharmaceutical industry, they have motives. They have motives. Yeah, MSG. People had linked MSG to, I think, headaches, migraines and headaches, but it wasn't. But then when they found, so MSG was in, I think it was Doritos. I think they did some studies and found that people could still eat Doritos. People who said they had these sensitivities to MSG could still eat MSG and other things. They were just being racist against Chinese food. Something like that. I saw a thing about it. I don't know. Okay, where are we on the chat? Yeah, that fried apple pie is still good. Yeah, the McDonald's, to me, the French fries taste the same. McDonald's is a place where you can have the same experience around the world, except that they have different menu items. But to me, the French fries taste the same. It's just that fried apple pie that's different. The nuggets, chicken nuggets taste the same around the world. That's my order, right? I want the chicken nuggets, French fries, Fanta orange. If they have orange Fanta, I'm drinking orange Fanta, and a fried apple pie. Yeah, it's on my list. As soon as I leave the country, I don't. While I'm out of the U.S., that's a thing I'm getting. It's worth the flight. It's a thing I'm getting. All right, and the ketchup different. Okay, ketchup is very different out of the United States. Very, very different. All right. Oh, Miss Callie says there are tasty cakes in California if you know where to look. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I saw something. I can't remember what it was. Was it a documentary? Was it just a TV show? Was it a news report? And they were like, yeah, no, it wasn't the MSG. Yeah. All right. You saw that too. I don't remember what it was. Yeah. All right. Have a great day. Bye, VCH certified life coach. Nice to spend time with you. Okay, so that was what I had on the list. The list of things that are on my list to take abroad with me when I go back, on my list to get when I do the border runs. I have the things that aren't on my list that you might want to put on your list, which was just toilet paper. And then the things that you might need to take with you, or no, the things that you might think you need to take with you that you may not, which is your medications. I'm not saying don't take your medications with you. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the things that you might need to buy in bulk that you may not need to buy in bulk. You know what I'm saying? You might think you need to get 60 not 60. You probably should take 60 days with you. You might think you need 180 days of your medication with you when you leave. And especially if that's going to cost you a lot of money to get 180 days of your medication with you before you go, you may not. You might. I don't know how you research this. I'm just telling you this, okay? I'm just telling you this. I don't know how you research it to find out in the country you're going to if it's something that you can find easily there and if it's cheaper. I don't know how you find that out ahead of time. Okay, I'm just telling you that that is a thing that you're going to want to do your research on. If you have a medication that would cost you a whole lot of money to get 60 days or 180 days of in the United States, then you may want to figure out if you can get it in the country you're going to and if you can get it for less. And if you can get it over the or over the counter. Okay? That's it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you not to leave. I'm not telling you to leave the country, leave the United States with no medication. Please. I'm trying to make sure you understand. I'm not saying go there with 2 days of medication and then you get there and you can't find it and whatever, whatever. What I'm saying is if you're taking extra steps to get a whole lot of it in bulk, before you do that, find out if you can get it where you're going, if it's over the counter, and what the cost is. That's okay. I hope that's been clear. Take your medication with you. All right? I'm not on any prescription medication. I'm not on any medication. I don't do, it's not a thing I deal with. I'm not the person to ask about it. I don't take high blood pressure medication. I don't take diabetes medication. I'm not on anything. Okay? So don't come to me talking about I'm here in whatever country. I'm here in Panama and my blood sugar is through the roof because of you. Okay? I don't take any medication. See me? Okay? So see me, where are you? I regret bringing some medication as most have expired now and easily available. I'm going to open the door just in case it's Rashida. Hold on. I don't think that's the housekeeper knocking because she's been coming a little bit later. Hi, good morning. Good morning. You look pretty.
Thank you. Are we still on camera?
Yeah, but just for a few minutes. We're getting close up. And
Because I can't tell everybody. Y'all, I'm hungry. She got to go. She got to
I'm
go.
not even dressed for the day.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I wore this yesterday. Hi, everybody. Say hi to Rashida. We were talking about medications. We're closing
Okay.
out. That's it. Okay. So Rashida and I are at the VidCon conference for video makers in Anaheim. We're going to do VidCon things, have breakfast. I always do that wrong. And do things. But I got to put clothes on. This is what I wore yesterday.
I didn't even notice. Nobody else would notice.
So I didn't iron anything either was the problem. I have a pair of pants and no shirt to wear with it because I
Don't
dyed.
wear a shirt.
I dyed my I dyed my shirt yesterday. The pants I was going to wear yesterday, I have them, but I don't have anything to put on over it, any shirt. I'm going to figure it out in a few minutes. Okay. Nice to see you guys. Thank you very much for hanging out. We are headed off to Fiji not tomorrow, Tuesday, but tomorrow we're going to a meetup in LA. If you're in the Exodus Summit Facebook group, go to the events tab. I don't know if there's spots available still, but follow the directions and see if you're able to still join us. Okay? Thanks for hanging out, friends. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button before you go. Also hit the like button before you go. And share this video, with any Black woman who is considering moving abroad and is not afraid of bugs. Okay? Share this video. See you guys soon. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, besides, hi guys. This was a great combo today, wasn't it?
Thank you.
All the Charmin conversation. No, until you go, I was in the grocery store in Mexico City trying to find toilet paper.
Yeah.
And even the ones that didn't seem like they had a scent in the store because the other ones were more scented. So it was like a very pale scent. You could still smell really bad when you got it in your own home and weren't looking to use scented toilet paper.
Scented toilet paper is a thing that I forgot about until I remembered.
Because, if you throw it in a trash can, you want there to be something that smells good, but it ends up just smelling like
Perfume.
chemicals
Mm-hmm.
on your bum when you're wiping.
Yeah, so thanks for putting us on to the Costco. All right, bye guys. Bye.